Good evening, and thank you for joining me today. We're going to get started by doing a few cleansing breaths. So come to a comfortable seat, placing one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, closing your eyes if that feels good, and just connecting to the breath, feeling the belly rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. Just observing the breath as it comes in and out of the nose, as it moves up and down the throat, and in and out of the belly. Giving yourself permission to be where you are for this practice. Focusing on your breath, checking in with your body. And start to appreciate being in this moment. Appreciating this day. Appreciating your health. Appreciating the people in your life. Appreciating your home. Appreciating yourself. Perhaps even thinking, I appreciate me. Just really breathe that in. Taking the next 5 breaths to focus on different things in your life that you appreciate. And just really breathe that in. And noticing the energy around you and within you change as you shift your focus to appreciation. And take one cleansing inhale, a cleansing exhale through the mouth. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes to the room when you're ready. Coming to a comfortable seated position on your mat, bringing the chin towards the chest and rotating towards the right, back, and around. Inhale as the head comes forward. Exhale back. And switching directions when you come to center. Continuing to link the breath with the movement. Inhale as the head comes forward. Exhale as it comes back. And last time. Slowly starting to bring that head back to center. Then inhale as you bring your head towards the right. Exhale as you look to the left. So I'm mirroring you. Inhale right, exhale left. And last one. And bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, release them. Inhale up, exhale down. You can either speed it up if that feels good. Keep it slow. But this posture allows stress and tension in the shoulders to release. Oftentimes, we tense our shoulders and never allow them the opportunity to relax. So this position just allows the shoulders to release. And inhale and exhale. The right arm comes down by your hip. The left arm comes up and over for a side body stretch. Reaching through the fingertips. And switch sides. Back to center. Change the crossing of the legs so the non-dominant leg is forward. Bring your left hand over to the right knee, the right arm behind the back. Find length in the spine. And twist from your navel. Continue to lengthen on the inhale and twist on the exhale. Come back to center and switch sides. Right hand, left knee. Inhale, exhale, twist. And come back to center. Extend the legs long out in front of you. So you can either keep them together, or if you're expecting, or if it feels better to have a little bit of room for your belly to come in between, you can do that. Reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forward, keeping the feet flexed, the toes point up towards the ceiling. Imagine, visualize the breath going to the back of the legs, loosening your hamstrings with each breath. Hinging from the hips and avoiding rounding the back. And gently start to come up. And come to sit onto the heels. Otherwise, cross-legged is fine. So sitting on the heels, if you want to stretch out your feet, you can come to sit on your heels and have the balls of the feet on the mat. So you're just getting a good stretch for the feet. And you can bring your hands into prayer. This is a great stretch for the wrists. So you can always make the pressure more or less, depending if you have carpal tunnel or arthritis, if it's too intense in the wrist. So just pressing the palms together, sitting back towards the heels, keeping the chest lifted. Maybe even try reverse prayer, bringing the back of the hands together. And just roll out the wrists. One direction and the other. Another great posture. Just build strength in the hands, just to open and close the hands. And shake them out. Coming to a tabletop position, and just lightly tap the tops of the feet. So from this tabletop position, press through the entire circumference of the palm area. This will take pressure off your wrists. Imagine kind of almost scraping or pulling with the thumb and index finger. Again, this just helps take some pressure off the wrist. If tabletop does not feel good, I will show you an alternate posture. We're doing flexion and extension of the spine, so cat-cow. Start to lower the belly with the head. Tuck the chin around the spine. Going back and forth with your breath. Wanting to make sure the alignment, so shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. If that doesn't feel good on the wrist, you can do flexion and extension seated. So listen to your body. It might even feel good to add in a knee. So starting with the right side, knee to chest. Exhale, extend the foot. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, extend. And then go ahead and hold. Switching sides, knee to chest, extend, knee to chest, extend, and last one. And gently release it. From this posture, opposite arm and leg extension. So starting with the right arm and left leg. Again, if you have wrist issues, that might not feel good. You'll come to your belly. Right arm, left leg. So finding your variation that works for your body. Working your back. Lifting the navel. And eventually switch sides. Opposite arm and leg. And gently release. So coming onto your right side, the right hand stays where it is and the right knee. The left arm lifts. The left leg extends. And then slowly start to send the left hand down the left leg. The right arm comes up and over for gate pose. And breathe. And just feeling into the stretch on the side body. And slowly come back to center. Come back to tabletop and switch sides. So lifting the opposite arm up towards the ceiling. And then coming up and over for gate. And back to tabletop. Coming down to the forearms. Extend the right leg behind you and just start to rock back and forth. So just sending that heel towards the back of the mat, feeling a stretch in your calf. And gently switch sides. And back to tabletop, making your way to standing. So stepping one foot at a time forward, releasing the crown of the head towards the floor, coming into a forward fold. Gently rock back and forth. Shake out the head, left and right, back and forth. Fingertips to the floor and slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. The last thing to come up is the head. Stepping the feet together and slowly start to heel toe them apart. And I'm going to mirror you starting with your right side. Bring the right toes to point towards the right top corner of the mat. Extend the arms out to a T and shift towards the right. So you're just tilting forward as if someone was grabbing your hand. Then the right hand comes down to the floor. The left comes up towards the ceiling, coming into triangle. Connecting to the breath. And then slowly start to bring that right arm up and over, reverse triangle. Reaching through the fingertips. The left hand slides down the leg. And gently start to bend into the right knee, coming into warrior two. So the knees over the ankle. Your knee should be tracking with your second big toe. A deep breath in. A deep breath out. And reverse your warrior. Right arm up and over. Gently come back to center. Parallel the feet towards one another. Clasp the hands behind the back. Press first down, then away from the body. And start to come into a forward fold, hinging from the hips. Crown of the head to the floor. The hands come up towards the ceiling, keeping the feet parallel. And placing the hands in between the feet, release the head. And slowly roll up. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, I'm mirroring you. The left leg is going to point towards the top of the mat. The left hand comes out in front of you. Your arms come to a T. You start to tilt forward. And then the hand comes down to the shin, most likely, maybe the floor, depending on your body. Opposite arm comes up towards the ceiling. Connecting to the breath. And reverse your triangle. Left arm comes up and over. Reach the fingertips behind you. And then start to bend into the left knee. Warrior two, gazing towards the fingertips. And deep breath in. Deep breath out. Reverse your warrior. Arm reaches up and over, fingertips pointing behind you. And come back to center. Parallel the feet. Clasp the hands again, this time non-dominant, thumb on top. Press down and away, forward fold. And bring the hands to the floor. And just maybe add a little movement from side to side. And slowly roll up, shrugging the shoulders, making your way to downward facing dog. So if you have wrist issues, I'll show you that variation first. You can use a wall, pressing your palms at the wall, and just make an L shape with your body. Draw the navel in. Another option is just kind of getting that stretch in the upper body and shoulders. So you're a little bit higher on the wall. So this is if you have wrist issues and want to avoid putting pressure and weight on your wrists. Otherwise, coming to a downward facing dog, pressing your palms to the top of the mat and lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. The soles of the feet come down. You can paddle out the feet. And then slowly drop the knees. Take a wide-legged child pose. The big toes touch behind you. Sit back towards the heels, extending the arms out in front, and press the forehead to the mat. Bring the palms together and come up onto your elbows to stretch up the bicep muscles. And release the hands. Bring the knees together and set the right foot in between the hands. So the knee is over the ankle, connecting to the breath, feeling that stretch. Another option is to bring the left leg towards the body and reach the right hand for the foot, coming into a twist. Listening to your body, you can stay here. If you're expecting, you might need to move the foot slightly out to make room for your belly. And gently start to make your way to a pigeon. So you're bringing the foot over towards the opposite side of the mat, paralleling the shin and straightening the back leg. So your knee should be outside your hip. And if you don't have any knee issues, the leg should be somewhat straight, almost parallel towards the mat. If you do, go ahead and keep the leg bent more. That would feel a little bit better for your body. You can stay here or come down onto your forearms. Perhaps it might feel good to fully fold forward, connecting to the breath. If this posture does not feel good for you, you can come into a similar posture by placing the right foot on top of the left leg and staying here. You can also do this posture reclined on your back. So slowly coming back to the palms and transitioning into tabletop, just long enough to step the opposite foot in between the hands, coming into that low lunge. Again, the fingertips can frame the foot. You can also start to twist and grab that back leg if you want to get a deeper stretch and a little bit of a twist for your body. So the chest comes towards the knee that's bent. And eventually you'll release that leg and set up for pigeon. So again, start to bring that foot over to the opposite side of the mat. The shin is parallel, the knee is outside the hip, and you slide the back leg down. You can stay on the palms, the forearms, or a full forward fold. Gently start to bring yourself up, coming back to that tabletop position. And start to melt the chest forward, walk the hands out for puppy pose, stretching out the chest and the upper back. And slowly start to sit back towards the heels. Extend the legs out in front of you. We're going to come down onto the mat. So if you are expecting and no longer able to be on your back, you can do many of these postures seated. So a traditional hamstring stretch seated. Want to make sure you have room for your belly. You can do a figure four recline seated like this. And you can do seated twists instead of twists on your back. So go ahead and take those variations. Otherwise, roll down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. And gently rock from side to side. Place the left foot onto the mat and send the right foot up towards the ceiling, grabbing the back of the leg. As you inhale, start to bend the knee. Bring the thigh into the body. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bring it in towards the chest. Exhale, straighten. And last one, inhale, bring it in. Exhale, straighten. And keeping the foot flexed. Maybe start to rotate the ankle if it feels good to do so. Breathing into the hamstring. And placing the foot on the thigh. And bring the thigh in towards the body, clasping behind the leg. Shifting slightly to the left and slightly to the right. Just feel how the stretch changes with slight movement. And release the clasping of the legs. Continue to cross the legs and send both of them over towards the left. Extend your arm to the right and gaze towards the fingertips. And gently start to come back onto the back and uncross the legs. Send the left leg up towards the ceiling. The right foot comes down to the mat, foot flexed. Then inhale, bring the thigh towards the chest. Exhale, extend the heel towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. This is really good to help strengthen the knee. Inhale. Exhale and hold. You can start to rotate this ankle if it feels good. Eventually bring the foot onto the thigh, coming into reclined figure four, clasping underneath the right thigh. Shifting slightly to the right, slightly to the left, just feeling how the stretch changes. A little movement. Eventually, you'll unclasp the leg. Continue to cross, send both of the knees over to the right. Extend the left arm and continue to gaze towards the fingers. And just pausing in this stretch. Stretch are great for digestion and elimination. You massage your internal organs. And gently start to release. Extending the legs out in front of you. And then coming to the forearms. So on the forearms, you're going to bring your hands underneath your glutes. Inhale, bring the chest forward. Perhaps slowly start to look back if you don't have any neck issues. If you do, just keep your chin towards your chest and feel the stretch in the front of the chest and the shoulders. Otherwise, you can slowly start to look back. Feel like a stretch in the front of the neck. If this posture does not feel good for you, you can get a similar stretch, clasping the hands behind the back. And then gently release the forearms. Coming back onto the back, knees into chest. Gently massage the back. You can also bring the knees into the chest seated if that's something that feels better for your body. Maybe a happy baby pose, grabbing the tops of the feet and just rocking from side to side. Then bring the soles of the feet together and allow them to fall towards the ground. You can also do this stretch seated. You simply bring the feet together, allow the knees to open, and sit in a straight position. Connect to the breath, maybe bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. If you are ready for final resting pose, you can stay in this position. If there's a few final postures that you need before setting up for final resting pose, go ahead and take them at this time. So just listen to your body move in a way that feels good. Maybe it feels good to roll out the wrist or do an inversion, some twist. Just listen to the body. Just about 2 more minutes of movement before deep relaxation. Just about another 30 seconds. And wherever you are, start to make your way into a comfortable, relaxing position. That can be seated, ready for a meditation, or that could be lying on your back or on your side if you're expecting. Wherever you are, start to focus on the breath. Feeling the breath come in and out of the body. With each breath, you're feeling more and more relaxed. And just begin to visualize as if the breath was a big wave washing over your body, starting at the top of the head, moving down past the hips, all the way to the fingers and toes. And then you feel that wave coming back in. And once again, pouring over you from the top of the head all the way to the fingers and the toes. And you feel that movement come back up towards the top of the head. And then that wave comes all over that body, relaxing you. Feeling yourself become more and more relaxed with each breath. The body feels lighter and lighter. You just melt into the mat, fully surrendering to your Shavasana. And taking a deep cleansing breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Start to wiggle the fingers, moving the toes. Rotate the wrists, rotate the ankles. Stretch the arms for a full body stretch. Bring your knees into your chest and make your way onto a side, resting in the fetal position. Cultivating a feeling of gratitude for your body and your practice, for showing up for yourself today. And anything else you want to say thank you for, or show that appreciation. Just breathe that in before making your way up to a comfortable seated position, bringing your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Cleansing exhale. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me this evening. The light and love in me bows to and honors the light and love in you. Namaste.